There's literally a white setting and I don't know like which shade of white is the right shade. So this is white and this is an orangey color. And I might switch it. It's like both white and then, but it looks kind of, it draws me out. I think this is good, but it's very orange. But we can just go for a relaxing vibe and then it's fine. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel. I have decided to film a get ready with me. I haven't filmed in so long, but we have a lot of construction going on where I'm living, like in the other apartments, which is so annoying, and I just suddenly felt the urge to film today. And I have a lot of thoughts going on, good thoughts, but I wanted to basically do my makeup, show you guys everything that I've been using recently, and talk about being a creative person in this day of structure and productivity, what's expected of you, and the realizations that I've come to lately with being creative, but also thinking a lot and being hard on yourself. And I've just done a lot of thinking that I want to talk to you guys about, and I'm going to see what comes up during this because I have so much to say. But when I film something like this, I literally freak the fuck out and I don't know what to say. But yeah, so I'm gonna talk you guys through my favorite products recently as well. Oh my, I just did that again. So last time I did this, I shaved off like this part of my eyebrow by accident. Now I think I just shaved off the front of that, but it's fine. I'm thinking of bleaching my eyebrows anyways, but it's just a razor. I just picked, it's like Wilkinson. I think I picked it up in like Wilco's. So I'm just shaving off some of the ends. I'm really not precise with them because I fill them in anyways and don't really care that much. So that is the first topic. Recently I've been trying to go with the flow and not care, because I've realized that the last couple of years of my life I have cared too much about everything, and I think I care too much about everything in life, about wanting things to work, about even trying to be someone who doesn't want things to work, or like trying to manifest properly by letting go of resistance, but then I'm putting pressure on myself to let go. And I've just realized lately that you can't care about letting go if you want to let go, if that makes sense. And it really blocks any creative thoughts that you have from letting them come in. So I read Elizabeth Gilbert's Big Magic, just using my cellar water, book about last year, and it's about, read it if you haven't. It's about creative thoughts coming into your life, and basically if you're not ready in that moment, it's like loads of little creative ideas and stories and inventions are floating around in space, in the world, and it'll come to you if it feels that you're the right person. If you're not ready, if you don't accept it, if you aren't in the space where you can bring that idea to life, then it's gonna go away and go on to someone else. And that's why something that you've done before has already been done by someone else, you know, or at least if you've thought of an idea, you see someone else do it and you're like, that was my idea. It's because you weren't ready at that time to accept it. So you have to put yourself in a space where you're so in flow and in tune with yourself that you can also reject it if it comes into your life. And I hope that this is making sense to people, because that's like, I guess another version of it is like, if you're not ready to hear this, or if it's not something that you need to hear, you're not going to hear it properly. And that's why something can resonate with someone in a podcast and then it doesn't resonate with someone else, you know. it's being intuitive with your world as a whole. I'm just using hyaluronic acid from The Ordinary. Loved this for years. Recently repurchased it again. And also just the Nivea soft moisturizer. I'm not wasting my money on moisturizer anymore because I just think it's, if you have serums and stuff underneath of what you actually need, just stick with The Ordinary, use that, and then you don't need to spend your money on crazy moisturizers. Be intuitive with your time and what you're doing, and picking a job, hobbies, like the people in your life that can work around you. Obviously there is situations where if you have family, if you have people to look after, if you know, you have to consider other people, but no one thinks about you as much as they think about themselves. And there comes a time where you have to also be selfish and take away the stigma of being selfish as a bad thing. Because if you, I know this is quite cheesy, but if you really don't look after yourself, you really can't look after anyone else. You can't be there for anyone else. You can't inspire the world. You can't inspire anyone. And it's just a long process to get to, but there comes a point, and I'm getting to that point, like I'm doing today, is that you don't overanalyze what you're making. You don't overanalyze how it's going to turn out, and I'll say something important in a sec. You don't overanalyze how it's going to turn out. You don't overanalyze how you're going to do it, and you don't overanalyze if people are going to like it or not. So me making this video today, if this was yesterday or if this was a year ago, I wouldn't have made this video. I wouldn't have sat down and made it, because I was like, no one's going to watch it. I'm just going to be talking to myself on camera. Probably take like an hour when videos are meant to be only like 10 minutes long for people to actually watch it. I'm gonna probably end up not doing my makeup the way I want it, and it's not gonna go anywhere anyway. Then I was like, you know what, I'm gonna sit down and just talk. You know what, guys, I'm also gonna have a drink because I need to celebrate this moment of letting go. But where were we? I just decided not to think about it, and something that has helped me get there is something very random, and it is actually stripper vlogs. So if you go online, whether you're any sort of creative, go online and watch stripper vlogs, okay? Because now, just the ones that I've watched at least, they do not care how their videos are filmed, how the background looks, how they edit it, but it's entertaining and it's raw, and that's the content that I'll sit down and watch. If someone shows me a makeup tutorial and it has a really nice background and it's heavily edited and they talk as if it's scripted, I don't want to watch it. And I think that that's what we as creatives feel like we have to live up to, when that's not at all what people want to watch. Of course there is a time and place where you want to watch that, and don't get me wrong, if Lady Gaga puts up a 5-minute makeup, or the correct time, like a 10-15 minute makeup tutorial, is heavily edited with a really nice background and she like follows the script, like I'm gonna watch it and I'm gonna think it's the best thing that's ever happened to me. But generally now, if I want to go and sit down and watch a YouTube video, I'm gonna be seeing on Instagram and everything like all these overly edited videos every single day, and I'm like, it's boring now. No one wants to see that anymore, you know? I'm just really passionate about the topic. So just to go through what I put on my face, I used NARS Longwear Radiant in Stromboli, and then I also mixed it with the NARS Sheer Glow in Salzburg. NARS are just my go-to face products. Like, I'm just obsessed, and I can't find anything like it, to be honest. So mix those because I put tan on for the first time in months. I've really been embracing the paleness since moving to London, or like at least 3 or 4 months in, because everyone here embraces their natural colour. I feel like because there's a lot of like models and stuff as well walking around, which I work in as like a freelance makeup artist, so I work for different brands every day, and I'm not gonna say work, but you see a lot of influencers, you see a lot of celebrities, high profile rich people, and I think it also, along this topic, like seeing content creators and stuff in real life, you're like, oh my god, you're so normal. Do you know what I mean? Like, it really inspires you that it's like, I've worked in, okay, so the place that I'm working in, when I first moved here, I was like, oh, I'll never be able to work there for some reason, just like the self-doubt in me. And then I've also worked in one of London's top nightclubs as a merch girl. I've had opportunities to work in other places, which would have been really cool. And it's made me realize that what you see online is like so not it. Like, I've also been in like 9 to 5 like corporate job, which lasted like 3 months, on like a higher salary than oh my god, that actually still, I've had this chocolate bronzer. So I'm using that MUA Makeup Academy powder in 100, just cheap powder, but it's good. And then also the Too Faced chocolate bronzer, which I thought, like, I've had it for literally like 2.5 years. The chocolate smell would be gone off it, but I just went like this and I literally tasted chocolate in my mouth. When you move to somewhere like London, you suddenly realize that everyone's just a normal person. Like, it's not all that it's made out to be, you know? Everything is not quite what it seems, and that's not a bad thing. I think it's a very good thing, and it's, everyone is so humble, you know? Like, everyone is just like doing what they can to get through the day. Put on my powder, bronzer. I'm gonna do some blush and highlight now before I do my eyes. Next thing that I want to talk about is your job. So I work a flexible job. I choose when I work, when I don't work. Can sometimes choose how much I get paid, so I either accept it or decline. And it's a very basic job in a way within that industry, but I love it, and it inspires me. The people that I'm meeting different people every single day, different cultures, different languages, you know, different views, different like religion. When I come home, or even today on my day off, I'm in a space where I can allow myself to be me, which I think is just so important. And then I come up with ideas and I speak to people positively. I come home and yeah, sometimes I'm tired the odd time, but like, I'm normally actually quite high energy from working an 8-9 hour day, and at one point was also doing another 4 or 5 hours in a club on top of that. But compared to, I had a 9 to 5 corporate job for a little while just for money. It was really good money, and I was like, this will be fantastic. I'll have the weekends, and not necessarily to go out, but to have off, basically living the London lifestyle. And then I did that and I was like, I hate this. I was like working and then coming home and being like, I'm so bored. Like, you can't get out of that headspace. You spend so much time in your job that it needs to light you on fire, you know? And if you're not at that point yet, and you know, I'm in a position where I can take a month off if I want to, because I have savings to like figure out what I want to do. And I'm also in a position where I have like this flexible job that I'm currently doing, that like now I can explore what I'm going to do on the side and build up my side hustles and get back into makeup and things like that, and not everyone has that option. However, if you're currently in something that you hate, then if it's even slightly within your power to change it, then you just really need to do it. And I can't stress that enough, because if it means taking a salary cut, you might be like, oh, but I can't buy this and I can't buy that. It's like, yeah, but your mental health and your well-being is so much more important than buying extra things. And it's different, obviously. I'm not saying if you have children or anything like that, it's obviously a different situation, but if you don't, you can skip your MAC lipstick, you know? So just to go through what I put on is I use the Wet n Wild Pearlescent Pink blush, and then I also use the MAC Just a Pinch blush, and this they're dirty, by the way. This is my own kit. I don't use this on people. This is the Victoria Beckham highlight, and I have no idea which one it is. It's from Estee Lauder. They don't make it anymore because it was a what was it? It was limited edition, so they don't make it anymore. But this is the MAC Just a Pinch up close. So you can see it's really nice to put over like a pink because it's quite shimmery. And then this is also the oh, so dirty. I just throw it in my makeup bag every day for work. Then I also put on the Too Faced Lip Injection Extreme. So this does actually plump your lips. Like, I don't know if you're able to notice it now because I've had it on yesterday, so I think it plumped them up a little bit more already. But it's already tingling, and the first time that I put it on, I did it at night time because I had bought it after work, and I was like, do you know what, I actually really want to try it. And it actually worked. I was like, I did not expect that to happen. Now I'm going to use the Carnival Antidote palette, and I'm just going to use this chestnut color to do my eyebrows. So I might just do that off camera because it's a little bit boring. Brows are done. It was just very basic. Yeah, that's it. So where were we? I'm going to use the Antidote palette again. I'm going to use Buff right here, just in the crease, and then I'm just going to use probably Bewindle. This one, it's like a shimmery golden just on the lid, and then I think I'm going to leave it at that for eyeshadow. I do a little bit of brown in the crease, which will probably just be chestnut again, or I might use some of this pecan one that is kind of a vibe. To what I was saying earlier, you have to be in a space to accept these ideas as they come to you. And what I've realized is, for a while I sat back and was waiting for these ideas, and I was really trying to find something in myself. That I explored so many different things of interest, and I'm interested in a hell of a lot of things, and that's why I think acting suits me, because you can be whoever you want. You can explore different interests and how you dress and look different every day, or like learn about different things, and that's just so interesting to me. But if you're sitting back waiting for ideas to come to you, they're never gonna come to you, because you're not there creating. You're not there making stuff, you're not there being yourself, you're not expressing yourself and showing up to the world. So all of these ideas floating around are going to go to someone else who's out there doing it, so that they know that they're in good hands. And I sound like a crazy person now, but it's true. But if I'm sitting down making this video today, I'm gonna get some ideas, because they're like she's out there doing it. Yesterday, I decided to set myself a 31-day challenge of creating something every single day. So yesterday, I wrote a poem, and I don't even know how to write poetry. I'm not a writer, but it's something I'd love to get into. Like this spoken word poetry, like competitions and stuff. I'd love to explore that. But I'd need to learn how to write because I'm not very good at English. But then yesterday, I wrote a poem, and then yesterday, I had this idea that I came across it on Pinterest, but I was in a place where I was like, I'm gonna take that idea and make it my own and run with it. And now I'm gonna do that idea tomorrow, and I've also decided that hopefully I'm not going to put pressure on myself to do this, but if I'm feeling like it in the moment, I'm going to record the process of it, which I love watching them videos, and I think that anyone who's a photographer, who is a model, should record the process of it and not just the finished result. But I'm 50-50 on that, because there's been sometimes that I've done shoots in the past and I have not felt like recording it. I felt like I would have ruined the outcome because I would have been way too stressed about actually recording. So it does depend. Like tomorrow I might be like, do you know what, I'm too anxious about this, that I want to just really focus on enjoying the moment. You know what I mean? Like concerts and stuff, things like that, you want to focus on actually enjoying the moment and not recording. I'm going to use a bit of that chestnut in the corner. So it depends, but it's because I had decided now that I'm gonna create at least one thing, whether it's a poem on my lunch, whether it's doing my makeup way extra than I normally do and making TikToks before I go to work. That's also a big thing. So after this challenge of creating anything, I want to do a TikTok challenge because I need to get on that. But now I've had this idea, which I'm going to do tomorrow or possibly the day after, because I need to sort out my times at work. But that's because I was in that mode and I was accepting things and I was out there doing it. And it's when you are at that level and sending out those vibrations, it's like manifesting. Like you can't just think about something and expect it to come to you. Like you have to be out there doing the work, you know? You just have to believe in it, that it's going to happen. So I think that if you're in the same place that I was, and potentially will be again tomorrow, set yourself this challenge for 31 days. Create something. If it helps you, which I don't think it would help me because it would be too much pressure, track it on your social platforms or make TikToks about the things that you're creating every single day. Oh my god, I just must have got mascara on my brush. Or message me on Instagram or link up with a friend and decide that for 31 days you're going to create something. I'm going to do my mascara and lashes off camera while I charge my camera because it's going out of charge. Hey guys, I'm back and we did a lot. So I did some liner after the lashes, that's why it's a little bit messed up, but when it's on yourself after lashes, it is a lot harder to do than on someone else. So Kat Von D tattoo liner I was using and it ran out, so I have to get a new one because this is amazing, best liner ever. Then also I use the Inglot Shell liner instead, which is even better, but it's just a different application. This is actually a paintbrush from like a paint set. It's like an angled liner brush, so I use that for liner. And then I used my lashes are the Cash Beauty lashes. I need to order more. They're the best lashes ever. They're actually quite affordable in terms of like, it's like 15 for a pack, whereas like Sosumi lashes in Primark are like 5 each. So I don't know which ones they were because I've been wearing them the last couple of days, but I'll just show you up close. There, and the liner again isn't perfect, but it's really nice. It's Sat from Cash Beauty. It's an Irish brand as well, so, well, maybe it's Med. Oh, it's made in China. But this is so funny. So it's Kylie MUA, if you guys don't know her. Actually, I need to follow her on my new account, but it says like Mullingar Westmeath, which I think is just so funny on a makeup packet because normally it's like the UK or like Canada or America, but yeah, it just kind of sounds funny. And then I also use the L'Oreal Telescopic Mascara, which is great. I didn't like it the first time I used it because the wand is a little weird, and mascara just freaks me out, I'm not gonna lie. Like if I'm doing someone's mascara, I'm internally like freaking out because I find it, you know when people find like the squeaking of like a plate or fork on a plate, like, or like, ugh, just something inside you? That's me with mascara. I don't know what it is, but it just freaks me out. Very random. But now I'm going to be using, this is the Wet n Wild lip liner in E712 Willow. So this is it. I feel like all my pressing makeup is very broken at the moment, but we move. It's just being thrown around a lot. So I'm going to use that as a liner. I still have the Too Faced thing on. It didn't work as well as the first time, so I don't know if it like builds up over time. And now my lips are like the same as normal. It might be something to do with the fact that I had a little bit of foundation underneath. I don't know if that affects it, but it definitely wasn't as tingly as the first time as well. So I don't know if it becomes less effective, but I'm just gonna pat it down with some concealer that was left on my brush. I don't like to go in too far with my liner, but I like to kind of do the outline and then like smudge it round so that it blends with the lipstick. For lipstick, I'll be using this MAC palette. I don't know if you can get this online. I got it in the Dublin store. I'm going to be using the two ones in the middle and mix them together. So you can buy these separately. It is Fleshpot and Honey Love. Fleshpot is quite nude. Honey Love was always my go-to when I was younger. And I've been using this palette for a while and like didn't realise or forgot that it was Honey Love. But it's just such a nice nude. Like it's not too pink. It's just my overall favourite. I'm just going to apply this on my finger. It just blends so much better. I'm gonna go back in the liner. And then I'm just gonna put a little bit of powder. I put on a little bit too much lipstick that I normally do, but it's fine. Then I'm just going to go back in with my powders and just kind of like top up everywhere. I think like after doing your eyes and everything, you just need to refresh the face makeup a little bit and make sure it all looks good together. I could go in with a like liner underneath if I wanted to, but I think I might leave it at that. And I don't normally, so I said this is like my everyday look, but I don't normally do a liner this big, and I also sometimes don't do liner. So that's that. I'm gonna leave it at this for now. I might go back in and do a little bit more of something, but I'm gonna zoom you guys out and just do my hair. So I cut my hair recently and I love it. I feel like it's what I needed. My hair was just a bit longer than this and it didn't have anything to it. It was just plain, and I always felt like I needed to change it, like dye a different color or wear a wig. And don't, trust me, I'm still gonna do that. I'm still gonna wear wigs, but this gives me a look that when I go into work or I'm wearing normal makeup and normal clothes, I feel like extra, you know, like people when I went into work that have seen me for the last year were like, didn't recognize me, as in they weren't like, oh, this is new. They just like didn't speak to me for like 2 minutes, and then they were like, oh my god, it's Rachel, like when I spoke with my accent. And then I was like, yeah. So I basically was watching a Halsey concert, and it was, she had a fringe and short black hair. So I came down my room and I chopped about this much off my hair and I cut a fringe, and now we're here. So I'm gonna show you guys how I style it. Sometimes I cut into my fringe as well, like daily, just to keep it intact, because obviously I did do it myself, so it's not like perfect, but I kind of like that. Like you can tell that it's not done professionally, but I like that about it. Then I'm just gonna use the Belleza hair straightener. I honestly don't know how cheap or expensive this is, or where you get it or anything. I guess on the website, because my aunt's colleague gave it to me years ago. So random. I'm kind of thinking that this have too much eyeliner on. I might need to put some black underneath. I'm just looking in the viewfinder, but we'll leave it for now. So what I'm going to do is take one of these scrunchies and put up half of my hair, and then what I'm going to do is straighten it and curl it in the way like this. So the look I go for, I'm going to insert here, is Lady Gaga's Do What You Want look when she sang with the Christina Aguilera, and that is the vibe that I go for every day. And when I'm working and I'm wearing black, I go for the Lady Gaga manicure at the, I think it's the iHeartRadio Festival vibe, and that's kind of the ego that I go around with all day. Not ego, but like to make myself feel better. I'm like, I'm Lady Gaga, I guess is what you can say. I also need to dye my hair. You can see some red coming through from when I bleached it before. I just can't believe that's still there. Mad. But yeah, I need to charge my camera again, which is a little bit annoying. So I'm gonna do a little bit of this off camera and then show you guys how I actually do it as well. We are back. So I have straightened / curled the 2 parts already. So now I'm just going to bring this down, and I'm going to do this again. So yes, getting back to all the creative stuff, I just hope that from this video maybe something resonated with you, and I just am on this journey as well. But if you can, just make stuff. That's really what it comes down to. And I'll leave you with this one. This, I think, I need to remind myself of. And I can't remember it correctly, but every time it comes back into my head, I'm like, oh. And it was something I heard in acting class that, oh no, it wasn't. I applied it to my acting. But art, as an artist, isn't, you don't make it for the world, you know? You make it for yourself, but you don't make it for any reason. So you are the creator, you're not the judger of it. The public are there to judge it. If you're judging it, that's not your job. Then you're looking at it from the wrong perspective. You're there to make something, and then other people decide if they like it or not. You don't even have to like it. You have to like creating it, but you don't have to like the finished creation of it. That's up to other people, you know? Like, in the end of the day, yes, the creative process is for you, but not the finished result. And I think that even me making this video today, I had no idea what this was going to turn out like, and I don't even know if I'm going to put it up. But if you see this, it means I was like, that's decent. But right now, during the making of it, I'm having fun. I'm enjoying it. And that's what it's about, you know? And it's how you can implement creativity into your life. If there's the pressure of making it a full-time job, it defeats the purpose of creativity. So obviously if it can come your full-time job, and that's why I try to make my job as close to what I love as possible at all times. And oh god, then that's what it needs to be. But we need to start romanticizing life more and not being so serious about everything. I mean, if this is me trying to make a proper tutorial, this eyeliner would have destroyed my day. But that's not what we're going for as artists. We need to remind ourselves that yes, we can be content creators, but we don't have to be the ones that are so perfect, because me being also a consumer of content, I don't like watching the ones that are perfect, because in 2022 there's already so many people who are making perfect content that they don't need any more of them, you know? They need people who still have the ideas, who still have the love for it. And not to say that if you become fucking great at it, that it's gonna be terrible, like you're not gonna have any good ideas. That's not what it means at all. But there's room for everyone. I hope that you can take it from this. Narrow your influences, but also expand them in the right areas, I think would be my best advice. I know for me, I've had to really come back to Lady Gaga and remind myself of who I am, you know, watching her older videos and knowing where I used to get my inspiration from. And from that, I've really realized that I am just a weird kid who likes making things, and that's who I'm going to continue to be regardless of what society says. And not that I pay much attention to society in general. I mean, I didn't go to college or anything, but there has been definitely days and times in my life where I fucking stress myself out about it. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you took something from the makeup or hair side of it as well. I don't do anything with my fringe. And yeah, any video requests, let me know. Whether sit down talking, makeup. I'm really hoping to start doing a lot of fun things work-wise, and like even looking back, when I was working in the club, I should have been filming like get ready with me's, but it just isn't the time and place for it, you know. But yeah, any requests, let me know, and I hope you guys have an amazing day and can take something from this video and just fucking go make something. That is basically what I'm telling you to do. Just go do it. Whether it's a poem, whether it's fucking painting, whether it's the shittiest piece of art, grab just foundations and make art of it. I don't fucking know, but just make something. It'll make you feel better. And even if it's bad, please, you are not the one to judge it. You do not need to judge it. Like, please stop. Like, you might look at this video and love it, and then someone else might look at this video and hate it. So stop judging yourself, and I want to try to do the same. So I hope you guys have an amazing day. I'll see you in the next one.